Today, futures on the US stock indexes are trading notably higher amid improving risk-on mood among global investors. In this context, the US dollar is extending weakness against its major rivals, including the Canadian dollar. Bitcoin is trading at the level above 19,000 for the time since December 2017. The newly elected president is appointing his cabinet, ex-Fed Chair Janet Yellen. On Tuesday night, the General Services Administration in the federal government acknowledged Joe Biden to be the winner in the US presidential election. In fact, this is just an announcement which has not been verified by the law. Anyway, the administration stated that it should go ahead with the transition of power to a government led by the presidential-elect. Meanwhile, incumbent President Donald Trump still refuses to admit his defeat. At the same time, he confirmed his order for the transition to a Joseph Biden presidency. The news boosted optimism among investors. The clarity on the election outcome is the strain which has been putting pressure on the market over a few last weeks. Meanwhile, futures on the US benchmark stock indexes are developing a rapid rally. Futures on the Dow Jones gained 1%. Futures on the Nasdaq were 0.28% up. Futures on the S&P 500 rose 0.76%. Besides, Democratic allies to the Biden campaign said Janet Yellen is expected to be nominated to become Treasury Secretary. The news reinforced expectations for a broad fiscal policy under Biden's presidency. Appetite for risky assets was evident across the board, so investors rushed to sell the US dollar. Its index shed 0.14% to trade at 92.36. The greenback is losing ground against its Canadian rival. The USD CAD pace trading at near 1.3055, that is the border of the downward channel. Today, Bitcoin spiked to the level above 19,000 per token. The price has been seen as high since December 2017. The Bitcoin rapid rally has been triggered by several factors. Political and economic changes which followed Donald Trump's victory in the election of 2016 challenged the political and economic environment, which had been formed for decades. Turmoil about results in the recent election is to blame for the strain in global financial markets. Besides, the restrictive measures on keeping social distancing and the looming mass vaccination are to make a major impact on financial and economic background worldwide. No wonder Bitcoin is likely to soar to levels above 19,000, which is with a further advance to 25,000 per token. The newly elected president is appointing his cabinet. Ex-Fed Chair Janet Yellen is nominated as the Treasury Secretary. The market is optimistic about her appointment. She is expected to approve extra fiscal stimulus. Investors cheered upbeat PMIs for the United States. The manufacturing PMI for November surpassed expectations. That's all for today. We wish you profitable deals and waiting for you on our channel tomorrow. See you!